All right, what's going on, guys? Zurich Classic of New Orleans week this week on the PGA Tour. That means a team event. So how does that change our DFS lineups, what we choose for this week? And what I would advise for you is look for guys, obviously, look at the top. It's so stacked. So you want to kind of get a sense of dynamics, right? And chemistry. Who are guys that are really good for chemistry? Obviously, you got some Ryder Cuppers in Cantlay and Schauffele near the top there. I think they're number 2 at 10-2. And then 10-7, you've got Hovland and Morikawa, who played against each other in the Ryder Cup, if you remember that, in singles. So really, that was one of the best matches of the entire week there. But it's hard to go wrong with Hovland and Morikawa. Two guys are playing very good golf. You can't really find a fault with each of those players at the moment. So I would look actually at some other players on down the line. I love Varner and Watson at 9,000. And when I say that, obviously Watson, Bubba has won here in the past, right? At this course, remember he beat Webb Simpson, his good buddy there in 2011 for one of his first wins on the PGA Tour. It might have been his first win. Now that I think of it, sorry, it was Travelers 2010. So I'm a little off there, but I'll get there for you. Anyway, still, the familiarity for Bubba is huge at this course. And then, of course, Varner is on fire right now, almost winning the Heritage, having a putt to join that playoff. And he played very well at the Masters, made it all the way to Butler Cabin on Friday to be interviewed by Scott Van Pelt. He had played so well in those first 2 days. For a first-timer at Augusta, it shows you the confidence level that he was able to get in the hunt for a couple days. So I love what they bring to the table at 9,000. I think that's very good value between Varner and Watson. Look at other guys. I mean, I'm thinking about, man, there's some good names, but Horschel and Burns, man, these guys are on fire right now. Of course, Horschel playing pretty well at the Masters. I know he didn't have much outside of top 45 finish, but Burns, remember one of his last starts, he got that win at Valspar. That was huge, right? I know he missed the cut at Augusta, barely knows the course, so give him a break there. But Burns has been one of the hottest players on the PGA Tour for this spring and late part of the winter. So you got to like what he combines with Billy Horschel. Horschel, that fiery player who's played really well. Remember there at Bay Hill, he was in the final group there, and he had a tough Sunday. But still, that was only a month ago. It's very easy to overlook what Billy Horschel brings to the table. And so I would keep an eye on what Horschel and Burns do this week. I love their chemistry together, and that's a huge advantage this week. So at 10,000, you can't go wrong with Horschel and Burns. Other players I'm looking at, I talked to Robert Streb. He's playing with Troy Merritt at the moment. Merritt is actually a sneaky good player at the moment. A lot of top 27s in his last 3 starts. He's got 3 top 27s, a tie for 4th, right in the middle. So listen, look out for Troy Merritt, but Robert Streb said that they have similar games. They think about the course in a similar way. And so it's nice to have both of them together. Streb says that at this point, yes, he has a 42nd in his last start, miscut, and then a tie for 7th. Remember, he was really in that mix there at Valspar. That was a close call, a lot closer than what T7 would show you with Robert Streb. So you have some good trending play from Streb, along with Troy Merritt, who's obviously going to be kind of a backdoor finisher there these last few starts. So I really like what they bring to the table together collectively. They've known each other for about 7 years. So there's a natural friendship there since being on the PGA Tour. And I like, obviously, what Bobby Brown, Troy Merritt's caddy, told me, that they have a confidence in each other. They're really familiar with each other's game. And that goes a long way in this format. You got alternate shot. You've got 4-ball. There's a lot of different styles you play here. So I like what Streb and Merritt bring to the table. There's going to be very good value there at 7,800. I think they bring a lot to your lineup this week. And you're not going to see a lot of people delving that far down to find a group like that. There is very good chemistry with Streb and with Troy Merritt together. Looking at other guys, Snedeker is at 7,900. Matched up with Keith Mitchell. Obviously, Mitchell is a really good ball striker, one of the best top drivers on the PGA Tour, in the top 10 in the driving statistics. And then you throw in Snedeker, who's so good with chipping and just getting it on the green, grinding. So that they complement each other so well, especially in alternate shot, the way they can play together. So I love what they bring to the table. Scott Saginaw, who I spoke with the caddy for, Brandt Snedeker, told me that he just likes the variety that both players bring to the table. 2 different types of strengths. Sometimes that can work in this environment, right? Where you want to have 2 players, one really good driver like Keith Mitchell, a really awesome ball striker, and then you put him together with a guy who knows how to get it done with a putter. And in this kind of format, you've got to be able to close with those 5, 6, 7 footers. And we know Snedeker with that pop stroke is very reliable. So I like Snedeker and Mitchell as a team. They bring a lot to the table at 7,900, and they will bring a lot of value to your lineup as well. To give them a shot, I think this week they're a good one as well. Denny McCarthy and Ben Coles. This is an interesting one. They met as juniors at the University of Virginia. Gosh, 7, 8 years ago or more. If we're looking back, I got to do the quick math there. Denny's not that young anymore. But listen, they've known each other for a while. They actually caddied. Denny McCarthy made it through U.S. Open qualifying in Maryland. The next year, he didn't make it. But Ben Coles made it to a playoff at Maryland at the site here in this area. So Denny McCarthy jumped on the bag for Ben Coles, and they were there in the playoff, and Ben ended up making it through as an alternate. At least he got an alternate status at that point. So that, listen, these guys are friendly with each other. They know each other very well. They know each other's games and each other's strengths. When you look at finishes, recent finishes for Denny McCarthy, this guy was right in the mix through 3 rounds in the top 6, top 7, and he didn't quite have his best stuff on Sunday at Valero, tied for 18th. Don't be misled by that T18. It was way better than that through 3 rounds. McCarthy was tasting the heat, feeling the pressure, and I think his game is in a good place right now. He said his ball striking, driver in particular, is feeling a lot better in these last couple of weeks, and also his iron play. So keep an eye out on what Denny McCarthy can bring to the table with Ben Coles. Coles is playing pretty well on his own part, his own right. T16 at Puerto Rico, and also at Punta Cana, he was T28. So these are coming off a miscut more recently before that last week. So still, I know there's a little turbulence in Cole's perspective there and his experience recently these last 3 starts. But when you put Coles and McCarthy together, there's a chemistry that these guys have, having known each other since University of Virginia and their time together over there. These guys are good friends, and I think that goes a long way in this format, what they could do for you and your team at 7,200. If I'm reading my own scribble right, apologies. Listen, this is a really fun event. I hope you guys enjoy what we see this week, and we'll catch up soon. And subscribe if you like this content. I'm trying to bring as much as I can to the table for you guys, and we'll catch up soon here on Garrett Johnston on Fantasy Golf.